Eating liquid gold honey is eating life.
Hello, sweet family. So I'm sensing, which maybe many of you are, that the world needs a little bit more love in it. And that starts with self-love, right? Whether it means adding a little regular honey in your life to sweeten up your life, which elevates your mood. Especially, did you know that the star thistle honey that we sell here only at Liquid Gold Honey at liquidgold.store has been used since the Middle Ages as antidepressant and to elevate your mood. Not only does it elevate your frequency, also makes your heart strong, cleanses your kidneys and liver. I'm sensing that when we love ourselves by whether it's eating a little bit of honey every day, help us to be happy, and or eating some of the bee pollen concentrate every day that makes us stronger and gives us more vitality, has 726 nutrients, does detox, gives us energy, strength, it's 40% protein. Your brain starts functioning more advanced. I mean, because it's the highest frequency food on the planet, because bees are the highest frequency animal on the planet, you're able to access part of your brain that you're normally not using. Most people only use 2 to 4, maximum 10% of your brain on average. You can maybe start tapping into the other 90% that you're not using. You can maybe tap into some psychic abilities. What does this do? Well, it gives you confidence. What does that do? Well, it kind of makes you happy and love yourself more, probably. And you might even want to go start working out because you'll have more energy for not working out, or working out more. Or you might want to meditate more. Maybe you're feeling called to get into the more spiritual realm. Maybe you want to socialize and you're feeling that you could want to be around good people because maybe the people that you've been around are maybe holding you down, or maybe kind of negative, or always complaining, or there's just always something wrong. So maybe you want to seek out maybe some happy people, or at least maybe try to find one happy person. And if not, if you can't find any at first, just be with yourself because you're happier now. And why? Because you're eating the bee products. And bees, you think bees are depressed? No. Why? Because their frequency is so high. That's how they fly, from their frequency, not their wings. They start vibrating, start levitating, use their wings to steer, make that buzzing sound, buzz, makes that energetic field around them, basically float from flower to flower. I call it organic quantum mechanics. Fascinating, super high frequency, super high mood. So they're happy. So we are now happy and loving ourselves. And what ways, so I want to pose a question to all of you out there. What ways can you love yourself more than you are now every day? Maybe you can put some extra love into your routine on a daily regimen, or maybe add another daily regimen into your daily routine that is positive, that helps you, that you think you could use, or that your intuition is saying, hey, this would be good for me. Maybe think about that. I mean, also, and how can you add more love into this planet and to the people and to this universe? What can you do? So it starts with loving ourselves. Whether it's the honey or the bee pollen concentrate, or even the triple X, if you really want to raise it up. And, we just got a beautiful message from a woman and her husband who bought a jar of triple X, and we shipped it to them in New York, and they didn't even tell us that they were trying to get pregnant. And she messaged us back saying, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I said, what? They're like, we're pregnant. I was like, wow, I didn't even know that you were trying to be pregnant. And she's like, yeah, we've been trying for years and we couldn't get pregnant. And that's why somebody referred us to you to buy the triple X, which is 100 times the concentration of bee pollen. Plus it has royal jelly, which is what the queen eats her whole life. She's the only bee that eats her whole life. She lives like 50 times longer than all the other bees. Plus it has propolis, which is strongest natural antibiotic. That's why we call it triple X. And they had not even, previously said in advance that they were trying to get pregnant. And then they kind of surprised us and saying, oh, we are, and thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. We say, yay, we're happy. So it's another one of those great stories. And we've heard many similar stories at farmers markets that we'll go to, and the people had not said that they were trying to, have a baby or whatever, and then they'll, buy the products, and then we won't see them for a while. Then a year later, they'll be pushing a little stroller by the market, and they'll say, "Ta-da!" I'll say, "Wow." So anyway, it's pretty cool. Just some random but yet valid and true information about that. So anyway, that's love, loving another person, maybe creating a loving being, and then maybe being able to be there in a loving environment, creating that loving bubble for your loving family. And I hear, and I'm reading reports that on many other planets, one of the most important things in the whole society is raising children. And different tribes and societies do it in different ways, which it's so many different ways. I'm not going to get into it now, although it is fascinating. And I do resonate with the utmost importance on, raising your family and your children and things like that, because that's really where it all starts. And it really all starts within ourselves. So that, those self-love, self-care, adding the honey into the regimen, adding the bee pollen concentrate, or, the triple X, if you really want to elevate it to another level, which is on the website at liquidgold.store. And maybe you want to start working out or doing yoga or doing Qigong, which is a beautiful healing martial art based from China. And they've been doing it for thousands of years, and it's a peaceful, like, cousin of Tai Chi, and it's beautiful energy. I also get reports that they do something similar, if not the same, as Qigong on other planets, but they of course they call it something different. But you'd be surprised at how similar certain cultures are, maybe on other planets than there are here, which I find fascinating also. So, how else can we love ourselves? How else can we love the people around us? How else can we love this planet? And maybe it's not littering. Or how else can we love all the people on the planet? Maybe we can hug a tree and that will help. Maybe we can walk around barefoot outside. That'll help us. How else can we help the planet? Well, maybe it's picking up plastic off the ground, or maybe it's not cursing. Maybe it's just smiling more. Maybe it's holding a door open. Maybe it's asking someone how they're doing. So it's not all about us. Maybe it's just appreciating the sunshine, or the wind, or the leaves, or the trees, or the bees, or the stars, or the comets, or the spaceships. So sometimes it's about the little things, and it's about gratitude. And I'm sure we can all be grateful for something, and I'm sure we all have many things to be grateful for. So I'm just sensing that the world needs more love right now, and it starts with loving ourselves. And then once we kind of add that to our regimen, it's loving the world. It's loving the universe. So how can you love the world and everyone in it more? All species, all birds, all bees, all trees. And then how can you love the universe more? Maybe it's just putting love, like, meditating on love and putting it out into the universe and this planet and all the planets. I was just focusing on a quote today that resonated a lot. In giving, we receive. And it's usually when we give, we get back much more. So I think St. Francis said that in the St. Francis prayer, which anyway, it just feels right. So I like to give, and it's good to give. It's good to love. It's good to love ourselves. It's good to love everyone. Can you imagine, how there's like United States Department of State, United States Department of Transportation. What if there was a United States Department of Love? And it just focused and reminded the people on, hey, you know, we all got to love ourselves. And we all got to love everyone, no matter what our differences or colors or religions or tribes or hives or, you know, if you got feathers or wings or scales or tails or fur, it doesn't matter. Just love everyone. And, you know, just the U.S. Department of Love. So, you know, we can all be our own Department of Love and take the responsibility for loving ourselves. And, you know, whether it's eating a little bit of honey every day or eating some of the bee pollen concentrate every day to give us energy and give us all our vitamins and nutrients and elevation and detox, or the triple X, and then adding some of these other things into our daily regimen, and loving, you know, being responsible for loving this planet and helping this planet and loving everyone and everything and everywhere on this planet and in the universe. So to your most loving, conscious, aware, beautiful lives ever, we love you so much.